Our second video is on gain structure or gain staging. Now this is actually a very important aspect of running the sound. The term is used to describe the gain level matching of the signal coming through the audio system chain. Each item in the equipment chain has its own optimal or nominal operating level determined by its electrical circuits. If you overload it with a signal that is too high, then its output tries to produce more voltage than its power rails can provide, resulting in harsh sounding distortion as the audio signal is clipped. If you work with a signal that is too low, then you are likely to hear a residual hiss of the circuits as the noise floor is amplified along with the signal. The optimum operating level is the point at which the signal is high enough above the noise floor so that the hiss is not heard. That's called signal to noise ratio, the SNR, yet provides enough space or headroom before clipping to allow for the louder dynamic musical moments without distortion. You need to understand that each piece of equipment produces its own level, and so we're using this to match them so that the mixer will see the same level from all of the components that are putting signal into the mixer. So a microphone produces a very tiny signal. For example, negative 50 dB. That's just a few millivolts. This should be amplified by the channel preamp to the optimum operating level of the console circuits around 0 dB, well clear of the noise floor, typically less than negative 90 dB, and with a good headroom, typically clipping at a greater than plus 20 dB, with a channel routed at unity gain. We'll talk about that a little bit more. From preamp input to main output, the GL2400, that's our mixer, boasts a massive 116 decibel dynamic range. The signal can pass through many stages which affect its level within the console. The channel, its EQ settings, the fader, the pan, a group mix, and its fader onto the main left and right mix with its master fader, throughout the matrix, and of course any inserted equipment. The output XLR provides the professional standard of 4 dBu nominal level to the next stage in the audio chain, typically a speaker processor such as a limiter or a crossover, or straight into the amplifier. The amplifier boosts the signal to tens of volts to move the speaker cones, so producing the audio signal. To get the best performance from your system, it is important that you set the gain structure correctly within the console and also within and between the connected equipment. The GL2400 provides comprehensive metering to check every point within the console signal path. Use the channel meters and the PFL-AFL system to set the gains and mix levels to average around 0 metering, with usual peaks around +6. Reduce the gain if the red +16 or the peak indicator lights come on. Use the equipment meters to set each item within the system path to operate at its nominal level. We advise, these are the makers of the mixer, we advise that the speaker processor or amplifier trims are set so that the console outputs can drive up to the nominal 0 level. We'll take a look at that in a few minutes. It is a common mistake to set the amplifier trims to maximum sensitivity when this results in the console master faders being operated at very low positions with low meter readings and reduced dynamic range, and therefore audible residual system hiss. So the idea is that we want to have the input coming into the mixer set so it's equal across all inputs, and also so that the output will be setting the main faders at 0 or pretty close to 0, and we've turned the amplifier that's up on stage down to accomplish this. Now there's several things that we're doing here. One is we're making the mixer work at its optimum level. We are also, if you look at the faders, on the main faders and the faders on each channel, when they are up at the nominal level, that's usually 0. When they're up near that, the readings, the little lines are farther apart, so that makes it easier to make a minor change. When the faders are down, then the lines are closer together. It's an logarithmic setup. So when they are closer together, even a minuscule change is more dramatic. So it's really actually harder to do a good mix if the faders are all significantly down. It's easier to get a good mix and make minor adjustments if they're all up near the 0 mark. So this will be a very short video on how to set the gain structure. First of all, up here is the gain knob for this particular channel, and this is what you'll be turning. But first of all, you need to be able to meter what's going on, and that happens down here on this PFL button. It's a yellow button, and when you push the PFL button, by the way, these faders can all be down at this point. When you press this PFL button, the meters over here are exclusively for the PFL, and you can see where you need to set, how far you need to turn this gain knob up. So what we're looking for is when that signal, when the musicians are on stage and they're playing or singing, you're gonna set this. You're gonna set this, the gain knob, to where it is right at the top of the green. It's okay if it bumps into the yellow occasionally. Once your gain knob is set to that, then you can unpress the PFL button, and it goes back to normal metering. So that's how you set the gain structure for that one. Then you would go to the next channel and do the same thing. You would press the PFL button for it. You want to just press one at a time. So you press the PFL button for that one, and you'll turn this knob, the gain for that channel, and you'll be looking on your meter will be metering just the one that is depressed, just the channel that is depressed. So you go through all of the inputs on the mixer that are being used, whether that's the drums or piano or keyboard or vocals or guitar. All of them you set so that their gain is appropriate for their instrument or their voice or their microphone. So you do all of that before you do any other mixing.